All right, back. It's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. As always, these readings are for the purposes of entertainment only. I am not a lawyer, doctor, therapist, or financial advisor. If you need one, please seek one. Hi, Ola K. Hopefully, the rest of you join with me. Hi, Rosewater. Hi, Joy of Life. I swear, I think it's Mercury retrograde. For whatever reason, it did not connect in. Jeez. Okay. Someone asked me on one of my things about comment on a video about whatever Epstein's woman is, whatever her name is. Is it Ghislaine or something like that? If she would die too. I see her disappearing, but not like because someone bumps her out, but like I feel like somehow she's going to wind her way into disappearing, kind of like going into anonymity or obscurity. I don't know. I don't feel like she has as much information as others think. I feel like Epstein really kept everything really close to him. And I feel like he did that for a reason, for control. I don't think he gave away a lot of his secrets. I think she knows about all the young girls, but I don't think she knows about most of the stuff. So, Ola K, will you run somewhere else next year? Yeah, you will, but I feel like you're not going to be far from where you are now. Hi, Isha. Music for the Vibe. Rosewater. I know Music for the Vibe. I saw you answered yours pretty quickly, or you requested yours pretty quickly on the other one. You guys making a request before I even got on. Let's try to hold off on doing that. It sort of puts me in a kind of like a, because then it's setting up for way more questions maybe than I can answer in a decent amount of time. All right, Rosewater, you have a general reading for December. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. If you're in the United States, a nice Thanksgiving. If you're not, whatever days you had, we hope they're good. Okay. The first thing I heard was, what's your hurry? They're like, can't you learn to sit back and relax a little bit? Like, why does it always have to be, it's like you hit a goal, when's the next thing? Hit a goal, when's the next thing? When's the next thing? And you're sort of missing the lessons in life along the way and sort of learning to just enjoy it. It's like very goal oriented. I don't know if that makes sense. So for me, it feels like December is about learning how to like just enjoy the journey. Does that make sense? Also, I want to say this because I kind of sort of find it rude. If you ask a question, don't go and start watching a whole bunch of other YouTube videos and then come back on and say you missed my answer. I just find it rude. I'm here. I'm doing something free for you. So if you come on here, I'm super happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to do it, but be respectful of my time that I spend here for you. That's all I ask. All right, perfect. Thanks, Rosewater. Breezy living from your spirit guides. If nothing comes through, Jeremy wants to tell me thanks so much. Your spirit guides are easier to get through. That's interesting. I heard, how do you keep the truth from coming out? And to me, that means that you're really not wanting to look at the things that created belief systems in your life that are causing you blocks in your life, that you're doing everything you can to not have to do it. So, in the sense that I will say this, I have a friend who has some issues, and it sort of stems from her childhood. And even when I ask her, she changes the subject. Like if we even just like talk about stuff that happened, she changes the subject. And it's a way of avoiding dealing with and hiding from the truth. So it feels like your guides are kind of saying, like, it's time to look at the truth. It's time to look at the truth of this situation and start to heal yourself. That always remember when we're looking at our past and looking at the trauma that's caused, even just really faulty coping mechanisms, that the worst part is over. So even though it may hurt still, the worst part of it is over. And I am going to leave you with that, Breezy. Music for the vibe. Will I find success and fulfillment as a musician? So they said, yes, you will, but remember that success is different for all of us. And then it may not be huge commercial success, but you will feel successful. I feel like you will have to do other things in order to support your living. That this won't necessarily bring in enough income, especially initially, but that you will feel good about it and you will feel happy about sharing your gifts. Isha, you want to know about your ex's energy. Oh, I don't care, Isha. I don't really care about anybody's signs. I'm sorry. I was just looking through just to see if anybody who I said a reading on said anything. I see Breezy didn't respond, so. Oh, yes, she did. Okay. Understand that 100%. Okay. All right. Isha, let's see. I don't understand Amethyst response. Okay, sorry. Hex's energy. I feel like he's really toxic. So I wouldn't worry about what his energy is, because I feel like when I feel into it, I literally just feel like nauseous and nauseated. And it just feels like somebody who's has a lot of heavy energy. So I hate to say, like, but stop worrying about him. There's a reason the universe brought you together and a reason the universe pulled you apart. So just trust in that. Okay. I'm glad that makes sense. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Iris would like general energies for the week. That's interesting. I heard you're not who they say you are. And I was like, okay, what? And they said, just be careful of a wolf in sheep's clothing. So it feels like this week, just not to be freaked out or scared, but just in general, maybe don't take things at face value. Just have your discerning eye open. Joy Life career readings for you. They go, where do you want to go? You need to make a decision. You're floundering. It's like you're just kind of laying there like this, like fish. You're waiting for the universe to just slap you in the face and open this door for you. And they're sort of like, that's not really the way it works. They don't tell you what you have to do. We aren't puppets on the end of strings. As much as everybody wants to think that that's how it works, it's not. They say, you put the request out, we make it happen. But you can't go like law of attraction. Okay, it has to happen this way. I want this job with this money and this and this and this, and it has to happen on X, Y, and Z day with these people and that way, and it has to be this and it has to be that. You sort of have to say, okay, like in general, I would like a job where my salary is this or better. I would like a job or that I can easily afford my lifestyle that I want or whatever, or doing X, Y, and Z. And I'd like to work at a company, if it's not this company, something similar, where I would be happy. That would be for my highest good. You sort of make it specific enough, but also general enough. And try not to be so insistent on the timing. If you even just say in perfect timing, because what happens is sometimes things have to come together where positions have to be created, where certain people have to leave and come in, and all these other things have to happen in order to make it happen. And if you are super specific, then you're not going to manifest it. You're going to be so rigid about how it has to happen. It's almost like you're preventing the universe from bringing it to you. But they're sort of saying, you have to make a decision. We can't tell you what you have to do. It doesn't work that way. Hi, Elizabeth Lynn. How is Kay feeling about your talk last night? Stressed? Because I feel like just this tension headache. And uncertain, I heard. Uncertain, stressed and uncertain. I don't know if that makes any sense. Joy Life, did that make sense what I was talking about? Thank you, Mystic Dreamer. Even though I'm like, don't be rude. Hi, Nicole. This is interesting. So, Nicole, I heard, because I'm reading your question as I'm going, okay, what I heard, what's the near future? And then you say, is he still the one I will marry? And I heard, yes, he is. As long as you don't push it away. Try and be more carefree. Try not to be so anxiety ridden about it and stressed about it. Just enjoy it. It'll flow easier that way. Will he be back in June and done with his assignment? Because I heard he's coming back in June. And Rose said, don't forget to subscribe and like. Also, by the way, thank you to all of my new subscribers and all my oldies that show up every week. I truly appreciate it. Nicole. I don't know if you guys are leaving when I'm doing these readings, but okay, there. Thank you. I think it'll be 2020, Nicole. So I feel like you'll know it'll be more, you'll feel more of a connection once he's back. I feel like he's so uncertain of where his life is at right now that he doesn't want to keep somebody waiting. So it's like he kind of wouldn't, like, he really likes you, but he doesn't feel like it would be fair to keep you like tied up, especially since you didn't. That sounds really bad. Not that he's tying anybody up, but keeps you waiting around because it just doesn't feel like that's fair to do that to you. So just relax and have fun and enjoy the time that you have right now too. I think there's important growth that's happening for you as well. Blue Storm, you asked if it's worth replying to Jim's text. I feel like no. And I feel like there's boundary issues there, and maybe he's not very respectful of your boundaries. Does that make sense? Mystic Dreamer. Yeah. I think the lesson in when we're setting boundaries is to really learn that it's okay to stick tight to your own boundaries, and it doesn't have to make sense to somebody else and they may not like them, but as long as you're happy with them and you feel comfortable, that's really what matters. And if someone can't be respectful of them, it doesn't mean you should change. It means that they shouldn't be a part of your life. Angel Wings, go ahead. I started a bit late tonight because I got home late from a friend's house, and my 2-year-old is a little difficult sometimes putting her down. Okay. Mystic Dreamer, can you just elaborate on that? Does Mike have a message for you? I'm going to go ahead and answer Sandy's first. What do your guides want you to know? They said, quit sticking your head in the sand. Like I see, like they said that, and then I see you going, la, 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 la. It's almost like you're just trying to ignore everything that's going on around you, because if you have to face it, then it's like overwhelming. And what are my guides going to tell me if I can actually hear them myself? Like maybe they're filtering through everybody else and being really kind. And if I can really hear them, then they're going to tell me how terrible I am, or that I've messed this up, or blah, blah, blah. Oh, and they're saying like, that's your mom's voice. Like that's the voice you heard growing up, and that's not what we would tell you. So you need to get your head out of the sand, get your fingers out of your ears, and start listening for us, because we have a lot to tell you and a lot to teach you, and a lot of love to give you. And that is your message. Mystic Dreamer, who is Mike? That one was for Sandy. Because you said, what would he want to tell you? So that's why I don't feel someone here. So I'm wondering if you, like, this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that maybe he's been trying to contact you through a dream and you're not sure if it's real or not. So that's why I'm asking you. Like, even though your name is Mystic Dreamer, that's just what I keep feeling. Nicole, yeah, I still do private readings. Half hour and 1 hour options. Benjamin, if you want to believe that, you are more than welcome to. You've seen him in a dream. Okay, so I was right about that. So my first thought is just to say, just welcome him. I feel like it won't be the only dream that you have, and that he's going to be coming back. Benjamin, I think you suffer from anxiety. I can just feel that. And if you don't have anything to offer here and you're just trying to be stinky, then I'll block you, okay? So be cool. This is a community that really does believe in this stuff. And if you don't, I'm not really sure why you're here. So that's all. Corinne, you can. Your soul doesn't die, Benjamin. All right. Okay, Sandra. Will John learn the truth of who wrote the letter, and how will that play out for them, for him? He will. And I just think when he figures out, he'll just be like, whatever, it's typical. It's not a surprise. And I do feel like there's a parting of ways. But I also feel like, again, I feel like he needs to be like careful and because the friends that she keeps with her are like, she's very swayed by the things that they say and do. Sandy wrote her question. You guys don't have to type your question so many times, by the way, because it sort of then throws me off. Okay, there's John. Oh, okay. Okay, good. I just want to move from this house. Thank you. Okay. LG, any messages for you? Hippity hoppity, happy holiday season. Okay, so Sandy Woolard, and then Sherry. Sandy Woolard. keep stabbing at it. So not like, it's like keep taking a stab at it, keep trying, keep up trying, because you're getting discouraged. It just feels like the law of attraction, right? It's like you're getting discouraged. Ugh, sorry, hair in my mouth. You're getting discouraged by not getting the results that you want right away. And they're saying that, everybody who's ever been successful at anything has failed a million times before they found their success. And there's actually a lot of beauty in that. Sorry, I don't know where this came from. So just keep trying. Keep taking a stab at it. Sherry, I was wondering how my grandson has. He was born with it. Oh, Sherry, you want to know how he has autism? I think he was born with it. I actually think there's some genetic component for him. And it's not anything anybody did. It feels like it's a combination of like environmental exposure to something, but it feels like going further back, like even to you. So, but it's not like anybody did anything wrong. It was just like, so like, because they say like when, your eggs are developed when you're actually in the womb. And so then your daughter was already, in your system, and there was an egg with your daughter. So it feels like maybe something you were even exposed to. And then it, with the genetic makeup, kind of like got spliced and passed down to him. So it's a genetic thing. It's not anything anybody did per se or could have prevented. The other thing is there's something really kind of beautiful that I've learned about my exposure to people who are on the spectrum. And they often are highly intuitive and highly empathic and sensitive to others' energies. So keep that in mind, that anytime you're stressed or worried or whatever, he's picking up on that. It's like, if you're empathic at all and you think about how it feels to feel somebody's energy, multiply that times 1,000. It's like hearing it with all of the speakers turned completely high. So be very conscious of the energy you're putting out. Shield yourself when you're around him so that he doesn't have to feel your energy. I did do a reading for a mother once, and I was in person, and she and her son was autistic, and he would look at me directly in the eyes, and we would make full contact, and she would be shocked that he could look at me. She said, I've never seen him look at anybody for so long and be so comfortable. And I said, it's because I'm very aware of my energy and how I put things out. And it's because I'm talking to him essentially in my head without opening, saying it's okay, everything's okay, this is safe, this energy is safe. So that's something to keep in mind. Thank you, Olake, by the way. Sometimes I don't get to see your comments until like 20 minutes after you've said them. I'm going to say no more questions now because we're at the 30-minute mark, but I will answer everybody's. Because if you've been here and you know me, you know that's how we work. Benjamin, I'm really sorry that you think that. I'm not here to argue or make you believe. I don't even think that that's my job here on this planet. I think it's really nice that you think that, but I actually do see people standing next to their loved ones when I'm around them. And they do talk and they do tell me things. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry that hasn't been your experience, but I'm not here to prove anything to you. So you have a lovely day. You don't seem like you really want to be here for a genuine experience. And you should bounce out of here, I think. Bye, Benjamin. You have anxiety. You should really work on that though, because I can just feel that around you and it's awful. It's not a fun way to live. Love you, dude. Peace out. You're right, Isha. You can't prove energy. It's about faith. People are ridiculous. So, let's clear that energy. Blah. Spray me some sage. Anybody? Anybody? Thank you, LG. Okay. I sort of understand, and I get that people don't understand or they want everything to be proven to them, but I'm not here to prove anything. I'm not down with that. So I just think that sets in a whole other energy realm. You come here, you have an open mind. I will share my gifts with you. But I'm not here to play that game with everybody. Okay. So let's get back to the good stuff, right? Oh, there you are, Michelle. Hello. All right. I gotta find where I was. I was at Sherry. Okay. And now Amethyst. Waiting for you, Corinne. May I ask a question? Do my angels and guides have messages for me? He said, please seek the truth. Stop looking for the answers in all the wrong places. You're going to too many people to look for validation and advice. I feel like friends like going, well, what should I do? How should I do this? And they're saying, just look within yourself because you know your truth and you know what you want to do. And you're just worried what other people are going to think when you take your steps or when you make your moves. And they're saying that you really kind of have a good instinct. You just don't trust it. You need to learn to start trusting it more. That was from Miss Corinne. Yeah, you can change your original question, Rochelle. It's fine. You're welcome, Corinne. Hi, B. B, your guides want you to stop asking about Jeff. They literally go, she needs to stop asking about Jeff. You need to shift your focus. They said another someone is coming soon, but you need to shift your focus away from that Jeff. They said the wall has been put up, the curtain has been drawn. What's for B? Mariana, what is coming towards you in 2020? They said big changes. They're like, it's going to knock your socks off. But I'm like, well, what? And they, I don't know if there's like they said, a career change and maybe a big move. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Is there something you're not telling me about? I'm just kidding. Okay. Mariana, does that make sense? Miriam, I did really ask, and I really mean this. Please don't bounce in and out of here. If you're going to ask a question, you need to stay here and listen. I'm doing this for free. I'm giving you all of my time. It would be very respectful. Someone else did this last week, and it's very frustrating if you can't just hang out and wait for your turn. Because sometimes I do ask for validation, and it's a little frustrating. Okay, Mariana, I'm guessing you're not here. It's like, this is really, I am good at what I do. I don't know anybody else who does this. And I don't know anybody who gives their gift away for free. So I'm doing it because I do believe in it, and I know it comes back to me, but I am asking for a tiny bit of respect to stay here and wait. Yes, it makes sense. Okay, perfect. Miriam, I'm getting to yours in just a second. Angel guidance. What do my spirit guides want me to know about your love life? They said put a ring on it and quit accepting less than. So it's like you're tolerating yucky behavior because you're so afraid that like they're going to go away and there's not going to be somebody else. And they're saying like, know your worth and know you deserve better than what you accept. You said, how would Mohammed react if you'd kissed him on the cheek? I actually feel like he doesn't like he's very traditional and sort of thinks like the man should make the first move. So it's a stupid double standard, but I grew up friends with guys, you know, when I first moved to New York and listened to their double standards about women. And I sort of feel like he has double standards. So that's what I think. That is what I'm getting. Mallory, you put in an offer in a house, so I think you will get it. Will be a good fit for you. I do feel like you'll get it. And I said, of course, it will be a good fit for you. I don't know if you've had the inspection yet. They're just sort of like pointing me towards electric stuff, though. Amethyst, will these people stop with their pettiness and grow up and get over themselves, please? And thank you. No, they won't. It sort of is actually important for you to make that shift and learn to not allow their pettiness and awful behavior drive you crazy. That's one of your lessons to learn about what we allow and what we don't versus what we don't allow, and that people aren't going to change. That's sort of like what that lesson is about. AP, what M feels about you. Just kind of like it was a thing of the past, and like it doesn't feel like, oh, I hate AP. It just feels like it ran its course. It was time to be done. And but that sense of like, I'm sort of glad at this point because I feel like you were both kind of toxic with each other towards the end, and so it's not hatred. It's just like it's good that it's over. Sort of like it's good to have a boundary with someone. Savannah Ross, what does William think and feel for you? I heard, does William even know you? Like they're like, he doesn't even know her. I feel like it's that crush from afar. So it's like you're not making yourself known in that sense. Mariana, what are Ricardo's feelings? I heard he likes you all right, but he sort of needs a kick in the pants. Why do I keep seeing him eating, like, I feel like I'm eating sunflower seeds, or he would eat sunflower seeds and spit them out. I don't know if that makes any sense. Karen V, what do you need? What do you need to hear right now? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Karen, what do you need to hear right now? Life is short, have fun, they said. Don't be so serious all the time, and don't worry about like this, like, is this the bigger picture? Am I got the goal? Is this the get? Da, 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 da. It's like, just have fun. Enjoy life a little bit. Rochelle, I'm just going to answer yours really quick because I just read it and I heard yes about Brandon living in the house with you. But I know you had another question, but I'm going to answer that one just because it's a quick answer. So it's easy. I don't have to do anything with it. Karen B. Okay, there we go. G, any messages for you? He said you need to speak up more. Your voice is important and it matters and it needs to be heard. You hold back because you don't like confrontation, but they also said you're sort of afraid of retribution. So I don't know if you grew up in a very vindictive household where it's like if you speak against somebody, they'll get back at you or you'll somehow be punished later. And it's not always a direct thing. But it says they said it's important. There you have a lot of lessons to teach others and a lot of things to learn, but it's really important that you use your voice. Positive for Life. Hello. What week of this December will they inform you that you're going to start the not program this? Then I don't know what Mr. Program this spring. I think the second week of December. Positive for Life. Noir 64. What Dow Jalen want to have with me and how does he feel about you? I don't know if he says this, but he feels, yeah, right. I right. Like I don't hear him saying the whole all right. And like that's sort of his way of saying like he likes you and he's interested in you. But I feel like he doesn't know how to go about dating. I know that sounds weird, but it's like, but he is interested in you. It's Nora 64. Urban Lady. Messages for you. This is really nice. She said, Harris, speak your truth. You have all you need right in front of you. You don't need to pretend that you belong there. You don't need to feel like you're an imposter, that you don't have to be a certain age to have the wisdom. So it's just speak your truth. That is what I heard. I hope it resonates. Hi, Liz. Welcome here. I hope you're still here. I don't usually tell people I think they're being rude, but I just shared it because it annoyed me last week. Okay, did Mystic Dreamers, Corinne, do your guys have any messages for you? Hang on. Okay, sorry. Corinne, they said jump right in. They're showing me touching your toe in a thing of water, and they said stop waiting for the temperature to be totally perfect and right, because it's never going to be completely perfect. You're just going to have to jump in and get used to it. So stop trying to plan your life to a T and make sure, well, it's not going to be the right time to have a baby until I have this. It's not going to be the right time to do that until this happens. It will never be the right time for anything if you live that way. So they said just stop and jump in. They'll make sure you float. Well, first of all, Liz C., I just read your question. If you know me, which you don't, so I'm going to tell you, I do not believe in twin flames. I think twin flames are a bunch of garbage that has been sold to us. It's the idea that there's only one person out there for me and only one true connection and everybody else is less than. And that's not true. First of all, there's 9 billion souls currently existing in body form in the world. And it seems quite odd that we'd say there's only one. You know, I mean, that's just garbage. There are many possibilities of incarnated souls that can teach you and force you to learn the lessons that you need to learn. And we come to this existence to be in relationships, and that is how we grow the most. If we were meant to grow other ways, we would not be in relationships. We would just be single people coexisting. But that's not the case. Or perhaps we wouldn't have grown into 9 billion people. So a twin flame doesn't really exist. That's my opinion of it. We do have soul families that we incarnate with and grow with. So I don't believe in twin flames. It's not my feeling. I just feel like it's just something that I also think there's a lot of like belief systems out there that are that I don't really vibe with. And it's the idea of something really this negative force that's like we should be afraid of, or we have to somehow beat down and beat away. And I don't like there's lower vibrational energy and higher vibrational energy, but neither is good nor bad, right? It's just they are what they are and they don't always match. But we are powerful beings and we don't have to fear other things because there isn't fear and there's nothing that it can do to us unless we allow it, so to speak. So you will meet someone. I feel like your next big relationship though isn't for another year or two. So it'd be closer. When I say year or two, it's closer to the 2-year range rather than the 1-year range. And it'll be nice. But I think that what they want me to share is that during this single time, to really figure out who you are and work on healing some of your stuff. That's what I'm getting. And I hope that's okay to leave that with you. And goodbye. You're welcome. So anybody who's written any new questions, I think, Alex, I think you missed the cutoff. You did for sure. And for all of you who appreciate me being here and are kind to say it, I really I appreciate it. As soon as I see someone mark something just that seems ridiculous and are trying to be obnoxious, I go ahead and block you from now on out. That's just how I'm doing this. Good Lord. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where I left off time-wise. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Iris B. Princess Nye, hello, can I please ask a question? Look into my future, your husband and marriage. So I feel like it's not going to be for at least another 3 or 4 years, but they said, you're young, you can wait. He said, the truth is you really want to be healed before you meet him. I feel like there's issues with dad, the way dad, the way dad approached you makes me feel like there's a little bit of a lack of self-respect and things that you're willing, and the way dad treated mom, it feels like you're willing to tolerate behavior that probably shouldn't be. And there is literally no judgment here when I say this. We all come into life and are taught dysfunctional coping patterns and acceptance of dysfunctional behavior because we think that that's the norm, and it's sort of like seeded into us subconsciously. So it's a feeling like it'd behoove you and it'd be really great if you could learn to balance your solar plexus energetically, and start to like address some of that stuff so that you can release it and have a healthy relationship when it's time. Aaron, I didn't skip you. I just saw your question. My friend, who's also a psychic, I showed her this comment somebody made, and she started laughing. She's like, "What is it with you triggering men?" I apparently do trigger men. My gosh. Okay, there's Princess. Okay. It's like I thought I missed everybody. Okay. Bonita, new love in 2020. Yes, but not till closer to the end of 2020. It's a bit of a wait, but he'll be worth it. And then I got Orchiel. It'll be worth it. Nora 64, I answered yours already. Brewberry, is there anything my spirit guides would like me to know? Speak your truth always. There's no reason to hold back, but they said there is a way to do it with a softness. I think that you tend to have foot and mouth syndrome when you're trying to speak your truth, and your intention is one and your impact is another. So always be considerate and kind, but you don't have to sacrifice yourself for others. Alan R. Hang on just a second. Let me do something real quick. That's 8:57. Okay, I'm almost done. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time, and I'm really hoping my daughter is still asleep because my husband is sick. And he gets stuck staying up with her when she's not, and he has to be at work early. Okay, Ellen R. and your guides. What did they say? What did they say today? Oh, so they show me like, so they first showed me eating a little bit of pie, and I know it's Thanksgiving or whatever, but they said it's sort of like, okay. And then I saw like taking a bath. I'm like, what? And then I heard radio silence. And then I'm like, started like kind of, you can't see what I do, but like sometimes I do physical things. And so I was like, well, why am I rubbing my hand? What's wrong with her hand? And they said, to remember to be kind and gentle with yourself, that it's really important. And in the stillness, you'll start hearing us, but that it's really important. This is a time where you really need to be kind and gentle with yourself. All right, Aaron Conway, I'm finally to you. Will Saul P and you reconcile this year? No, you won't. And I actually don't see you reconciling. But what I do feel is going to happen is that you're going to have some healing, and they said, and big growth emotionally and spiritually, to where you're going to say, be grateful that there is no reconciliation. Corinne, did I answer your question? I just felt like I typed your name before, so now I don't know. Corinne S. I gotta scroll up and see if I wrote it. I guess I didn't. Okay. Corinne S. You hope guides have any messages for you? So how do you do all the work that you do? You make it seem impossible. Like, you're one of those people who can get a lot done, but you get annoyed that other people can't do and keep up with you the same way. Like, you feel like everybody else is around you is lazy. And you're having to pick up and do everything for everybody, but it's really not that they're lazy. You have something in your chart that I do, and I think I want to say it's maybe Mars and Virgo, what I have in my chart, or something like that, where my friend Tony says, like, you can do like this crazy amount of work, and it would be insanely exhausting for other people, but for you, it's like no big deal. You're like, whatever, it just got done. It has to get done, so we just do it. And that's what they're showing me is like, so like, don't get upset if other people can't keep up the pace that you keep up. It's something that you're capable of truly, and others aren't. I don't know if that makes any sense. That was for Corinne. Oh, you were thinking of putting hand cream on your hand. Well, be kind to yourself. Perhaps you should. Mystic Dreamer, you're up. Oh, hang on. You were just writing something. I thought it was a question. Oh, and you said the soul never dies, just changes form, and fundamental law of universe energy can only change form. True, like physics, right? So they say in physics, I think is it Newton's third law? That energy never changes. It never ceases to exist. It just changes form. I think it's Newton's third law, but it actually might be, it's not Newton's third law. I'll look it up and tell you guys about it. But if any of you physics people out there remember if it's that one or if that's the, crap, I can't remember what it is, but one of those. And that's actually how I explain things to people when they get all like, wow, sciencey on me. I'm like, well, but really energy never, changes. That physics already talks about what energy is, and we truly are just energy. So. And Sandy, I don't know why you can't see any of the past your question. I don't know how that works, but I think in playback you can. It's different. So like I can scroll up and down and see all of the questions through the whole thing. And I always assumed that you guys could too, but apparently that's not the case. All right, I am totally caught up for the night. Rochelle, are you still here? I love reading your comments about the trolls. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Rochelle, are you still here? Did you want to change your question since I said yours was just a yes or no? Thank you, Music for the Vibe. You're very welcome. Angel Wings, did I miss you? Want to retype your question? If you were you after the where I put no more new questions? Earth Spirit, I'm not answering any more questions. I really need to go. I've been on for an hour now. I'm tired. But if you guys would like and subscribe, if you hit the bell, you'll get notified when I come on next week. And I try to let you guys know when I'm going to be on early, like earlier ahead of time, so that you sort of can like go to the bathroom, do whatever you have to do, get a warning. And then I only really answer questions for the first, I like allow you to post questions for the first 30 minutes or so. And then I will type like no new questions. And I go back and I try and keep up and answer all of the questions. That's why I stay on longer. It's really not because I'm taking new ones. Angel Wings, but did you ask before I wrote it? Because that is one thing. If it was before. I don't see your name up here. Because I wrote it at 9:12. LG, you are very welcome for level-headed compassion. That is always my goal, to be level-headed and not totally out there. Angel Wings, I think that you asked yours way after. Not to be rude, but I don't think it would be fair if I... trying to see where you first posted. There you are right there. Yeah, you put me, please. Missed me. I don't see that I missed you, love. I can't. Fine, I'll answer it. And then no more questions. Come on, guys. I got to go to bed. I'm sorry. Please come back, Golden Doodle. I love Golden Doodles. I really appreciate you guys understanding at 9:05. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I told you to ask. Okay. When you see new love coming for you, Angel Wings. Okay. I heard 2 years time that you need time to heal and let go. You're still sort of holding on to the story in your head of what could have, all of that stuff. So it just feels like needing time for you to heal and let go. And it feels like on bigger levels than just past cruddy relationships. And a shift in your vibration is going to come before that happens too. So it feels about 2 years out yet for you. But I know that sounds like a long time, but time passes so quickly. No more, Jonathan. I'm sorry, love. Okay. So everybody have a fantastic night. Have a lovely start to your week. I always like Mondays because I get to change my trays on Mondays. I did it that way on purpose. Got to look forward to something. If you're in an area of bad weather and you're traveling, please stay safe. You will get there eventually. Take your time, go slow, all of that good stuff. So blessings, love, and light to all of you. If you like me, please subscribe and join us. This is a really nice community, and we are all about good energy. Yes, no more, Jonathan. I have a family and I need sleep and all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. I will see you again next Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, can you contact Allah or Jesus? We could have that conversation another time because I have a lot of thoughts on that. And I do believe in Jesus, but I call him Yeshua, and he was an ascended master. So yes, you can contact him, and yes, you can speak to God through your own prayers. So have a great night. I send you many, many blessings. Good night.